No water flow from my yard hydrant when I opened it last week. Should be constant pressure since it's connected directly to well. Very unusual. A plumber said it was the hydrant and replaced it, but still no water. He doesn't seem to know what's wrong. I noiced by accident that the hydrant works if left open, and use a hose from a house bib for aminute or so. The same if I open 2 or 3 faucets in the house. The well pump comes on to recharge the pressure tank and also pressurizes the hydrant. The hydrant stops working as soon as it's closed.
Welcome. I will do my best to assist you with an answer. I offer training and step-by-step coaching beyond that. There is about an 80% chance the foot valve at the bottom of the well is leaking, depending on the details of the well and pump type. Tell me please what diameter the well is and how deep it is, and if you have a jet pump or a submersible pump. I need to know how big the pressure tank is. We can go from there until we get this figured out.
Well pipe is 4-inch and well is 16 ft. Deep pump is submersible pressure tank, new 2 MOS ago, is 20 gal.
Hello again, thanks for such complete data. You can pull the pump and replace its foot valve, or the check valve in the pipe coming from the pump. That will most likely solve the problem. 95% chance of that. While it is not always recommended that 2 check valves can be in the system, it is often easy to try putting a check valve in pipe halfway between the pump and the tank. That is generally easiest to do. Let me know what you think. We keep going until the problem is solved.
Why does the pump fill the pressure tank but not have continuous pressure in the line to the yard hydrant as it's done for 10 years?
Hello again. Earlier you said, the same if I open 2 or 3 faucets in the house. The well pump comes on to recharge the pressure tank and also pressurizes the hydrant. That led me to believe the foot valve was leaking. A leaking foot valve, or check valve, can be good for decades, then all of a sudden begin leaking. I am only 95% sure that's the problem here. Not much else would cause it. However, you also said that you connected the new yard hydrant between the pump and the tank. In that case you would not get water pressure to the hydrant unless the pump was running, and then, only once the tank came up to pressure. On this end, however, I go on without any time limit, doing as many tests as it takes to resolve the problem. But it is a multi-step process. We most often solve problems online here, 100% blind, that several of the local technicians give up on. But it can take a while sometimes. Can you confirm that pressure tank loses pressure when sitting idle with no taps open? If it does, there is a water leak either at the foot valve down the well, some other check valve in the same line, or a water leak in the line between your tank and the house or other use points.
The yard hydrant received water directly from the well in the past. The well pump kept constant pressure in the line to the hydrant. It did not get its pressure from the pressure tank. The pressure tank was replaced 2 or 3 months ago when it failed. Could the new tank installation have anything to do with loss of pressure to the hydrant? The water flow pressure from the hydrant was always much greater than the house.
Thanks for the additional data. It sounds like the people who installed the new tank fit a check valve between the new tank and the T that sends water to your new hydrant. There is about 99.9% chance of that. Check valves are good practice in that location, but not with the hydrant you have piped the way it is. The cure is to move the hydrant connection to a T in the water line, leaving the pressure tank and running to the house. Or Move the T ahead of the check valve, if there is room. If there is no room, you can move the check valve back so that it is between the pump and then the T that feeds the hydrant. The situation is that the pump never runs all the time. With the earlier system, your hydrant was simply getting tank pressure all the time because there was no check valve in the line. There was just a foot valve on the pump. That is why it worked in the past. Let me know if that makes any sense on your end or not. We can go from there.
Again, the water to the hydrant comes directly from a connection at the well and not from the pressure tank. The well pump always maintained pressure in the line to the hydrant secretly. For some reason it is not doing it now.
Hello again. I understand that the hydrant water comes directly off of the discharge of the pump. If that is correct, then if the people who fit the new tank also fit a check valve, one-way flow valve, the hydrant will only flow when the pump is running. None of these pumps run all the time. Your previous pump just seemed to be pumping all the time, when it was actually not pumping at all. The water pressure was flowing backwards out of the pressure tank to the hydrant. I do this kind of diagnose until I retired on multi-hundred-million-dollar projects nationwide and for some corporations overseas. The analysis is correct. The point you are missing is that the old pump did not run all the time. It only seemed to be. The only reason you had water pressure was from backflow from the pressure tank. Let me know please if that is a more understandable explanation or not. We can go from there.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.